Ever just load up EU4 and remember a feature you haven't used in years? Well, before we get into that, here's a quick one from today's sponsor. That's right, today's sponsor is Rise of Kingdoms, one of the most popular MMO RTS historical games on the market with over 30 million downloads worldwide. What's that? 11 unique civilizations through history with their own special units, abilities, and architecture? Personally, there was only one civilization for me, and that's the Japanese. What can I say? I'm just a man of culture and, you know, anime. When you've gone ahead and picked your civilization, you are put into a giant, absolutely ginormous map with loads of stuff to do, from raiding, fighting, NPCs, and most importantly, barbarian smashing combat. One of the best features in the game is the ability to have unrestricted control of your armies to absolutely go ahead and dominate your enemy, in this case, Julius Caesar and Richard the First. What are you guys doing? And once you've drank the blood of your enemy, go ahead and go back to your city, retire, and do a bit of city building. But obviously, this is a MMO where you can get together with your friends, go ahead, join an alliance. I've even gone ahead and created my own alliance, so anyone that wants to go ahead and join can, and we can all go together, create havoc on the map, raiding, looting, pillaging, collecting resources, and most importantly, just being friends, really. So go ahead, join the Map Lads Alliance today. There will be a code in the description for you to get yourself some free starter goodies in the game, along with a link that will take you directly to it. So thank you, Rise of Kingdoms, for sponsoring the video, and let's get into the game. Thanks for Rise of Kingdoms for sponsoring the video, and now let's get straight into it, shall we? So if you're new to EU4, or you haven't been playing in, well, since release, really, because this feature came out a very long time ago, one of the DLCs, I think it might have been Conquest of Paradise or something like that, they added a feature that allows you to randomize the new world. Now, historically, this feature was known to be a whole load of crap because every single random new world that was generated tended to be a whole heap of steaming garbage. It's been a few years now. I think they actually tweaked it at one point to make the generation a bit better to deal with, and I want to see, is it still garbo, or is it actually, does it come up with some interesting scenarios? But yeah, essentially what this does is you click this button down here, and it will randomly generate a brand new world for you to explore when you get in the game. In theory, this feature should be, you know, incredibly exciting for players. It should give you basically a different game every time you play, because you never really know what's going to be on this side of the map. But realistically, for most players, this feature actually ended up with most players actually not wanting to find out what's beyond this part of the map. So we will be playing a game on this, don't worry, but for one, I just want to see what type of interesting generations we can get, because I know there's a few set presets which you can do, but let's go see what we got right now. Oh my god, this is like a historical loot box. I'm half surprised there's not like a little free $99 sign right here with a little chest I have to click on to unlock this feature. Although I guess technically, if I bought this DLC, that is exactly what's happening, isn't it? Right, so moment of truth. First off, we've got like this little archipelago down here. Nothing crazy, although it is all woodland, which is kind of weird. We got more stuff over here. We got some coastal desert, and then we have, oh, what the hell is this? So the game actually does spawn little nations on here that are tribal, just like normal. There's actually more to that I'll show in the next one, but we have this, I don't know what this is actually kind of looks like. Kind of just looks like a fireball. A big stinking ball of fire. Next off in the middle, in what would be Central / the start of South America, we have this giant meteor type shape that also kind of looks like a turd that's been broken off mid. We got this little dagger shaped one down here too, which is pretty interesting. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of Planet War. With the way all these islands are laid out. We also got like these weird little sections down here, which has way more nations down here in this odd little island section down here than the entirety of this big block. Also, come on, Paradox, what the hell is this? Why are there trees on the edge of the map? Fix your game, Paradox. So yeah, it just generates the new world, including Greenland, but it doesn't do Australia or anything like that, which is, it is what it is. Because, you know, realistically, would I want more of this? And the answer is no. No, not really. That's kind of terrible. Back to the actual game world now that we've had a little taster of what can go on over here. There's actually a couple more options down here, which is the fancy random new world, which actually adds, like it says there, a few little weird nations. Currently it's set to rare, which I think is the basic one, but if we put it up to frequent, hopefully we can see some of these little new random fantasy world people. Okay, so already this map is 100 times worse. What is that? Is that some sort of upside down skeleton penguin? It is! I'm pretty sure we actually have one of those fantasy new world things though, because we have the Burning Empire up here. High American, and they are led by Sapa Inca Pumi Sopa Tu Quizzo. I'm not entirely sure if this is a reference to something, but maybe me and my Zoomer tendencies aren't familiar with these boomer terminologies. Okay, yeah, so this one's is definitely one of the interesting ones, I'll give it that. Plus it looks like we've actually kind of got a bit more of a spread out land, specifically down here in almost the Pacific, technically. And we also got another mythical fantasy nation. We've got Finland down here. They're also high American, which is like the next step from, I think, just normal Native American tech. And they're Norwegian culture too. Now, exactly how the Norwegians managed to sail all the way down here and get on the other side of this massive mountain range, I'm not entirely sure. But congratulations, King Kashami. I don't want to say it, but from what this looks like and the fact this is clearly probably going to be some massive volcano, I'm pretty sure King Kong probably lives on this island. Or, you know, like some sort of evil genius that's going to take over the world like Jeb Bush. Oh, I didn't even notice. We also have the Yingzhou down here, who are actually Chinese, which is very interesting to say the least. I'm not entirely sure how you guys managed to get here, but congratulations, Mr. That doesn't seem like a Chinese name to me. Oh, they've also got single-handedly the worst ideas I've ever seen. Culture conversion cost, war taxes cost, production efficiency, you know, fair enough, alright. Promoted cultures, advisor cost minus 10%, prestige decay, and light ship convertibility on top of infantry cost minus 10%, transport cost minus 10%, and shipbuilding cost minus 10%. Not entirely sure what accepted cultures you're going to be accepting over here on this single island, but bravo, Mr. Yingzhou. Right, this is single-handedly the worst one imaginable yet. I didn't find Jesus down here though. Hey Jesus. God, there's not even like any nations on this map at all except for over here too. We didn't even get a fantasy one in here. Oh yeah, this is single-handedly the worst one I've ever seen yet. I think we go back to the last one and we're going to try out the one that kind of looked like this but blown up. Right, so I didn't really find any more interesting ones. I did go through about 5 more times and every single one of them was just a random selection of small islands that made me want to blow my brains out. So instead we're going to go with this weird one and we're going to see what we can actually manage to do with the mythical nation of Finland. Ah, right, so we are actually completely Nordic. We are Norse, obviously. I think we still have Western units. Oh wait, yes, because we're high Americans, so we've technically westernized, and we are feudal, which is it's a very interesting start, I'll give it that. If the map is a load of absolute cancer to the eyeballs, this is still pretty enjoyable, I suppose, or at least we will try to find enjoyment in this. Whether or not we do is yet to be found. First off, time to introduce a vision quest where I take a whole load of, LSD and have some fun. I like how both of my first reforms are completely useless to me when I have no reason to have unjustified demands minus 10% or income from vassals plus 25% because I'm completely alone down here. We can also go ahead and pick our deity, and I don't actually want any of these, but I suppose if I was to get one, we would probably get the heart one. I'm so lovable if you've never clocked onto that. Now, the fun part of playing in the New World is that you just let the game, you let it play, and you just wait, and I'll catch you guys in 5 hours. Alright, I need to name my air, so that'll do. Oh dear, I think we have the worst trade node in the world. It's literally just this giant chunk of this island, and the other chunks up here. There is nothing coming in or out of this trade node. We've just got to own it all. Oh, we do actually get some focuses to re-invade Europe if we discover it, which is interesting. I don't know if I'll be invading any of these countries, but you know what? I'll give it my best shot. We got our first colonist, and we are immediately bankrupting ourselves because I put the world on flat development by accident, but I guess it's still going to be interesting to see what happens here. Now, up until the arrival of Europeans, albeit what Europeans are going to turn up, I'm not entirely sure, considering I put flat development on. We might see the arrival of the colonial Burgundian South America down here, which is going to trigger me no end, but we should be untouchable, so I'm just going to try and grab as much of the land as I can. Oh, I just noticed, I don't look very Norwegian here, but I look suspiciously Norwegian down here. You know, because I've just spammed all my monarch points directly into this province, I'm pretty sure I'm already probably the most developed country in the world right now. Okay, maybe not the world, maybe the most developed province. That's kind of what I meant to say, because I don't think I've quite got the Ming's level just yet. I always found it a little bit sad that you can never look for the 7 cities if your capital is in the New World, which is, you know, really sad, because I know exactly where one of the 7 cities is. It's this giant, massive city over here with 37 development, built on a dryland. Oh yeah, he is! Unfortunately, the reign of Linus Tech Tips did not last too long, because he was beheaded one day as a revolt took over the castle, and got replaced by Thorfinn the First of Meroa. Not quite the same deal, but I'll take it. That's right, boys. It's time for Africa. Right, so it's 1574, and I have yet to see any Europeans turn up on the coast yet. Now, I have noticed, well, England was colonizing this province, but, not anymore, apparently. It's gotten so bad. I'm just colonizing next to the Chinese guys just to see if I can start up some sort of, you know, weird fantasy world war. Alright, let's just check in spectator mode, and I don't see a single European colony. It's really weird. What the hell's Excuse me? Okay, yo. Excuse me? You know, for once, I'm very glad. I'm nowhere near. Oh, everywhere I look, there's just something going on. So yeah, I can kind of understand why nothing's really going on in the New World, because there's just so much fun to be had in the old one, apparently. This is a goddamn mess. It does make me want to check which is the most developed province, though, actually. I really hope it is me. So, not only am I the most developed province, but I'm actually number 2 as well in... I love cocaine, but surprisingly, Ayutthaya is actually not that far behind, and neither is the Mamelukes or Trier, Malacca, then me, then Savoy, then me, then blah blah blah, then me. Alright, so we'll give it like another few years. We'll see if anyone turns up. But at this point, I'm kind of skeptical. We're now in 1616, and yeah, you seen any Europeans on the coast? Because I sure as hell am not. For a second, I got really excited because I saw Castile actually turned up over here. But then I remembered, Castile don't even exist, baby. That is Castile now. Yeah, so I'm assuming from the extra colonial range, the AI couldn't figure out how to get over here properly. I'm assuming if we keep going, eventually they'll catch on to the fact that there is a new world over here, albeit a very long and Chilean type of new world. If there was one game I probably should have played in Europe, it's this goddamn one. I don't even know how Ethiopia managed to get up here. but also still be down here. How'd you do that? Yeah, it's well and truly a mess all over the world, but that's kind of what happens when you put flat base text and development on, unfortunately. But yeah, that was it. That's all I wanted to show. The forgotten feature of EU4, the Randomize New Worlds, which I feel like had potential, but as you can kind of tell, they just never did. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this video nonetheless. I very much enjoyed having a look at this old feature, one that I have definitely never used in a very long time, that's for damn sure. Whilst it was a very fun game to look at from the outsider perspective, it probably wouldn't have been a very fun game to finish. But yeah, either way, I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like, hit the subscribe button down below, and I will catch you all next time.